But I will just kind of turn it over to you, Dennis. But thank you for setting up this webinar for us. Brett, you probably aren't familiar with Dennis Schaefer. He actually used to work with Outdoor Living Brands, and he's going to explain what Visible Builder is and how it can help you in your local market become more visible and social online. Sonia and myself are always looking for vendors to make things easier for you, and I think Visible Builder does a really great job in helping you build your social presence, but not requiring too much from you, which I think is a really great resource for you in terms of your time management. So Dennis, I'll hand it over to you.
Oh, great. Thanks so much. And I've kept everyone unmuted through this process. So you can mute yourself if you like. But nevertheless, if you have questions through the process, don't hesitate to just say, hey, Dennis, can I ask you a question? So it's really, this is for information. I really take this, I love this part of marketing. So I love talking about it too. So I'll go through it here with you about Visible Builder. The idea came from not only working with the franchisees of Architect Outdoor Living, but also I work with a lot of different home improvement companies, and I work at a lot of the different conferences and shows, and it was a constant conversation in regards to used to be so easy with just newspaper, and you do a yellow page ad once a year and it was there and you didn't have to change it, and it just, people were getting frustrated a little bit. So that's where the concept came from. And I'll show you in this video what it really is all about. So give me just, it's about a 1.5-minute video, so let's watch this. So that's really where it came from, and what it's all about. It goes through all these different social platforms. I'm going to ask a question as I'm going through any of these. Has anyone not heard of Buildzoom? Or has everyone heard of Buildzoom? Brett, are you unmuted there?
Yeah. No, I have not heard of Buildzoom.
Okay, what about Porch?
No.
Okay, well, as we go through this today, I'll kind of show you some of these different ones that I've been out there for a little bit, and you might not know it already, but you're on there, and part of what Visible Builder does is claims this for you and kind of goes through it. So we've got Buildzoom, we've got Facebook, we've got Merchant Circle, House, Pinterest, Porch, Zillow, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google, of course. So these are the platforms. We also go through reputation monitoring as we go through that, online registration for your local, and then harvesting client testimonials, which I'll get into a little bit later here, which is, I think, one of the most important parts of it. So here is Porch. This is one in my area that's on Porch. It's a deck restore. It's a nice layout. These are out there. After this, right after this webinar, if you want to go check out porch, you might already have a listing there that has not been claimed. If after this you sign up with Visible Builder, you don't have to worry about it. We'll claim it for you. So this kind of goes through that. Now, ReNew Crew of the Triangle has a porch and has it updated. So it kind of shows the information for that particular ReNew Crew franchisee. So they're out there, and these need to be claimed and kept up to date because they're very important. Porch is really important because Porch has signed an agreement with Lowe's, and every Lowe's store at the end, I think it's the end of this year, if not spring of next year, will have a kiosk in the Lowe's location, 1,700 plus locations, where it'll be a porch kiosk. So a person's buying products there or looking for things there, and they want someone to do it for them, take care of it for them, or whatever, they can go to this kiosk and find their local person in that category. So that's very important. Buildzoom. Buildzoom is out there also, been out there for a little bit. The interesting part about Buildzoom is that they're grading you. Here is architects in the United States, and all of them are listed here that are licensed by their state. Now, I'm working with Architect of West Columbus. I was able to bring their score up to 105. You'll notice the one you can barely see right down below here is at 94. They're the highest of all the architects. The score is just by updating your profile, putting pictures in, getting testimonials, and so forth. But like I said, you probably already have something there and you have no say in it. But let me show you why it's so important with that 105. This is the information Buildzoom is giving clients. That Architect of West Columbus has a score of 105, which places them in the above and 95% of all contractors. Now, it's coming across and perceived as their quality, who they are and how great they do their business. But truly, it's in regards to how they use Buildzoom. It also shows the projects if there's permits. There's a lot of information here. But like I said, a lot of people don't even know that this is out there, that you're being graded. And I've got members of Visible Builder that are getting jobs off this already. So this is an important one, even if when you take from today's webinar to go and claim these on your own, even if you don't choose to be with Visible Builder, this is information you can really help your business with. Here is a couple more in Buildzoom. Now this is kind of interesting. I wanted to show you. This one is a claimed profile, ReNew Crew of Topeka, and they've got a score of 89. This is a non-claimed profile for ReNew Crew of Lincoln, and they've got a score of 90. The reason is this is licensed. From what I'm gathering, they have a license. They don't have a license. This is not required or whatever it may be, but it maybe even got a picture in here. It's just showing you the importance of going out there, finding the relevant social platforms such as Buildzoom and Porch and the other ones we'll be going through a little bit, and claiming your profiles and updating it. Any questions to this point in regards to Buildzoom? Okay. Let me take you to House. Everyone kind of knows House, but at the same respect, you might not, and you may not. House is like Pinterest for the home improvement industry. The big thing about House is reviews, and we will go out each month with the information you give us and get people to do reviews on your House account, plus your Buildzoom and your Porch. But these come out really great in search, organic search, but also you can tie these in with your Facebook and you can tie these in with your emails and so forth. So House is a good area for your services to be in to show what people can do in renewing their outdoor projects. So this would be an important one to be part of. It just kind of goes through the projects, and You can get these house badges, which you can then take. We take those and utilize them in your Facebook, so it shows that with this particular client out of Kentucky, they got Best of House 2014. So we cross-brand that into the Facebook posts, showing that, you know, they just got an award for being Best of House. So we can utilize some of these things from the different platforms between each other, which helps a lot. Merchant Circle, it's a tough one. It just needs to be continually updated. There's not a lot of pictures and so forth, but there's a lot of cleaning up data that is necessary with Merchant Circle that's important, and we do that as part of Visible Builder. Zillow. I hear some backlash. I think someone's got their speaker on their, or their microphone on their computer on. If you do, that sometimes does some backlash. Sorry about that. Zillow. Zillow is known for, has anyone, Brett, have you used Zillow at all? Sorry to keep picking on you, Brett, but.
No, I don't believe so.
What Zillow is it's been used, I used to use it a lot of times before I go out to a customer's house. I can put their address into Zillow and be able to see the type of house, the cost of the house, everything about the house before I went out there. Gave me a little bit of a lead-in on what I could help that client with. They do enough research on us before we come out. It's no problem doing a little research on them. But Zillow is now turned into not only that, which real estate agents use a lot and people use a lot, but now it's also offering pros. So you can register yourself on Zillow, and it's getting some good turnaround, some good press. So we update and maintain that profile on Zillow. So basically what it's saying, the industry, 25% more of the business owners plan to invest more in social. Everyone knows where social's going, how important it is, that it's not going anywhere. It may change. Facebook may not be the thing it is right now 10 years from now. Most likely it won't be. Before Facebook, there was Friendster and MySpace, and people don't remember those. So it'll probably change, but it won't change social media, social itself. It's going to be here for a long time to stay. So what, and as we go through this and what Visible Builder does, disregard the $295. We've got a program that was put together specifically for OLB, and we'll go over that a little bit later. We update those, which we talked about. We'll create them if you don't have them. We'll update those, and we'll maintain them. What this includes is it includes 2 posts per week on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, monthly updates with your photos and your info on Pinterest, House, and the others. Again, if you don't have profiles, we'll set them up for you. We'll get you your passwords and your usernames so you have them on file, but we'll take care of that. It's a good point to bring up, too, as we're talking. Just because Visible Builder is doing this doesn't mean you don't still have the controls. You do. These are your accounts. So if you want to add an update on Facebook, or if you want to do something that you normally do, go ahead, do what you want to do on a normal basis. It's just a matter of this makes sure that it's being done on a regular basis. If you take a 2-month break from it, or if it's just so busy you just don't have it, we're constantly doing it and making sure it's up to date and relevant. The reputation monitoring. What we'll do each month is just go out there and see what's being said about your company, make you aware of any negative things that may be happening, and let you know what we suggest that you should do in regards to anything that may be going on. Local search assistants will go out and claim your profiles on local search directories and then check them for accuracy on a monthly basis. And this, which I believe is one of the most important, will be contacting your company's promoters, your best customers, on a monthly basis to say some great things in the social world about you. And it sounds like you're still going to have to do a lot of work getting us this information, but as you'll see here shortly, it doesn't take any time at all. It's just, it's going to work out well that way. So every month you're going to be sent a monthly profile. It's an email and a link. This will be sent to you. It's not going to be, we're not going to be calling you and asking you questions or trying to set up meetings. You're going to get a link. It's going to be sent out to you 7 days before your update. If you don't have the time and you haven't done it yet, you'll get a reminder 4 days later. If you haven't got time and you haven't done it yet, you'll get a one day before. So you get 3 different reminders. And if for some reason it's just so busy that week or that month that you're not able to get the information, don't worry about it. We'll continue to do things for your account that month. They just may not be as personalized, but they're still going to be very relevant and engaging. So that's how that kind of goes through. This is the link that you'll be going to. You update 4 pictures, put in some monthly good stuff, what you've been doing, and you put in the first, last name, email, and phone number of one of your promoters and a little note about it. And you hit save and you're done for the month. So from that, we will take those pictures and put them into different posts. We'll take some of the information you give us. We'll make it personalized. That is how easy it becomes while staying very personal and local. Any questions at this point? I'll give you a second to unmute if you need to. Got it. Okay, so here is some examples. This is Architect of Columbus. I was picking on him before he became a member with me. But nevertheless, it's a matter of, this is kind of common out in the marketplace, where it's the same post, but just shared and shared and shared and shared amongst a group. But it's just generic stuff, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's, you know, it's engaging information. But what Visible Builder wants to do is, like with this one, shows a 3D rendering and the after effect of this particular company's project. And here's a project that we did with the 3D rendering. It's got a lot of local and personal for that client, for that customer. And so you can see that you've got some good interaction in regards to that. You can see that as with this one too, it's got a lot of likes. I'm on there too, I was liking it. But it's got people talking about it. And this engagement is what really gets Facebook its power. Because if this person's making a comment, their friends are seeing that comment. This person is making a comment, their friends are seeing the comment. So you can see the multiplication of visibility that comes with a post that gets action. This is Architect of Western North Carolina. This is one of the posts we did for them. When Hugh Meenan started up with Visible Builder, they really didn't have much of a presence online at all. So it was like starting from zero. The likes on his page were, I believe, at 1. That we were able to, through our posts and through reaching out, build that up to over 50, and we'll get that to higher by the end of the year for them. But also, they've also got reviews coming in already for their page, which is what we're all trying to do. But you can see how it's personalized. This is some different pictures of the work showing North Carolina's premier outdoor living contractor. Would you like us to build for you? It's personalized posts that I believe truly make the difference. Here's another one. It's encouraging them to go to the website. Here's one for Columbus, where it's talking about a local attraction close to their house, close to their territory, and so it brings in this conversation. Here is one of the best parts of working at taking a walk. You can see how it's engaging, and that's what social's supposed to do. One of the other things that we'll be doing with each of the members of Visible Builder is we'll take your Facebook page, we'll also turn it into a lead generator so that they don't have to leave that page and go to your website if they don't want to. They can, we'll put a tab in that's specifically for getting the lead right at the Facebook level. So this one for Architect, put a name, phone number, hit send message, it goes directly to you. and when I mean you is H-U-G-H-U, meaning, but nevertheless, this is where you don't have to lose your client when they're at your Facebook page. This is powerful, but we'll make that tab for you and make sure that that's active. This is Hugh Meetings. Comment to me after a few months. He's seen a dramatic difference, and all he had done to that date was bring us in to handle social. Now, granted, Hugh was not doing a lot of different types of marketing, and it was a lot of the old traditional. So we had a blank canvas, and we turned it around very quickly. So it worked very well for him. So this is I'm going to talk to you about what we're doing with Outdoor Living Brands. When you go to the registration page of Visible Builder, you will see this on the page. This is where you would click to go to the section for Outdoor Living Brands. Now, at first, you know, when it says $295, you're going to see on Outdoor Living Brands this special of $350 for Outdoor Living Brands. What we're doing with Outdoor Living Brands is we're doing a kind of a different type of billing. We're going to do billing of $350 a month from March through November. Then that's going to drop to $50 a month December through February for an annual savings of $240. So it is a savings over the program, but it's also a redistribution of the payment structure so that the payments are small when the cash flow is small. Me being a past builder myself and you know, owning a building company for 20-some years, I know that it gets a little bit tighter during the December, January, February time frame. So this is what we've set out for Outdoor Living Brands exclusively. It's a savings, but also a redistribution of the building. And what we're going to do is that for all the Outdoor Living Brand franchisees that are signing up here in October, we're going to make that kick in right away. So meaning that you go $350 for October, $350 for November, and then you're at the $50 a month through the winter of this year. We'll be changing that in November back to the $350 and then doing the $50 a month next December, January, February. But for right now, we want to get you in, get you started, and then we'll reduce that down while we're still doing all the services at the same levels as the regular months, but at a rate far less than the regular months. Lastly, what I want to get in, you'll see in that video that I said social footprint. I strongly believe, and as I'm talking with different business owners, when we're looking to sell our business, and I sold a business about 5-6 years ago, one of the things that we talked about was part of the conversation was goodwill. It had a value. Goodwill was your customer list, your reputation, how long you've been in the industry, all of that, and it had a value to it. I really think it's changing over to social assets or social footprint. If someone was going to buy a business, if I was going to buy a business, I would see how many likes they have on Facebook, how many followers do they have on House, see how what their footprint is in social to give it value. And I really think it's going to be a line item in the sale of a business in the not too foreseeable future. So that's why I think this is so important, whether you do it on your own or you use a company such as ours, Visible Builder. This isn't something you can create overnight. If all of a sudden you're thinking about selling your business next year, you're not going to be able to just whip up a social footprint. It takes some time, some strategy, and you need to put that all together. So I feel very strongly about that. Okay, I hope I didn't take a lot of your time, but I'm hoping you've got some questions or some comments that would help me. I put on this slide my contact information, my email address, and my phone number. Feel free to contact me after this if you like. But at this point, if you've got any questions or comments, I would love the comments too. Hello?
I just have a comment. This is Jane, everyone, because I received this question via email as I sent out the invitations to this webinar. Is how does this compare to what we're doing corporately in terms of posting out to your pages. And you saw that example from Architect of Columbus where it was like Memorial Day recipes, and what we post is very general, doesn't have that local personality that is so important with social media. So what Visible Builder does is really enhances and complements what we're doing at the corporate level by giving you that local information, personality, flavor that you really should have in your social media without having to be logging in every day and doing that. So that was just a question I wanted to answer just because I had received it via email a few times. So it's just complementing what we do already corporately.
Well, and I think one of the key things, and I don't even do a lot of justice in my presentations, is that the testimonials, the reviews, going out and getting your clients to go to the different social medias and putting the reviews. They're saying right now that, well, over 80–90% of people that are looking to make decisions are going online to start looking and talking, but people are trusting reviews like referrals. They're trusting reviews like someone at the grocery store or at the family outing saying, hey, you need to go talk to this person. If you don't have reviews, it's almost like having, I don't want to say negative reviews, but it's not relevant. If you have reviews, it means people like what you're doing and that you're out there. So that's an important part. Hey, Brett, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
What's your thought on this? What did you think? Is there anything that it's missing?
No, I mean, I think it's all there. I like the price structure. Sounds intriguing as well.
Well, like I said, as I built this, and I didn't even tell the story at the beginning, I was doing a webinar or a seminar at JLC Live in Rhode Island. So I was in front of about, I don't know, 100 feet on the ground contractors, and we were talking about social. And I got them comfortable enough for one guy to raise his hand and say, what is a like? Didn't even know what a like was, which is not a problem. He could probably give me all the angles of a compound angle of a crown molding that I wanted. But nevertheless, as we were talking, I said, if there was a service that was $300 or less that handled this for you, how many of you would use that service? Everyone raised their hand, and I turned around and wrote down Visible Builder on my blotter, and that's how this came about. So I never want to lose the importance of who we are, and that is there are some different things about home improvement industry, such as the cash flow is really low during December, January, and February, that I wanted to create that structure that made it more comfortable. Any other questions or comments? Something you thought that Visible Builder could do better, or something you think we missed? Well, with that being said, or not said, it means if you have any questions outside of this webinar, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I think also I recorded this so that I'll get this to Jane, and then Jane, you can get it out to the system from there.
Great. Thanks, Dennis.
Thank you very much. You guys have a great day.
Bye.
Thanks, Dennis. See you next week.
See you next week.